20 plus believable excuses for running late that your boss will actually believe when you are late. It's a universal feeling of dread. You glance at the clock and realize you're officially, undeniably late. The panic sets in, not just because you're behind schedule, but because you need a legitimate reason. While "my bed was just too comfortable" is honest, it might not fly with your boss. Don't worry, we've all been there. Sometimes the real reason just isn't a good excuse. That's where this guide comes in. We've compiled over 20 of the best, most believable excuses for being late to work that will maintain your professional image and get you out of a tight spot. Quick summary. Top excuses: vehicle and commute. Use common issues like traffic jams or car troubles as they are relatable and out of your control. Personal items. Mentioning that you lost your car keys or wallet is a simple, everyday mishap that anyone can understand. Home emergencies. A burst pipe or a power outage is a serious and understandable reason for a delay. Pet problems. Blaming a delay on a sick or runaway pet can be a sympathetic and effective excuse, especially in a pet-friendly office. The golden rules of giving an excuse. Before you pick your excuse, remember that delivery is everything. How you communicate your tardiness is just as important as the reason itself. Follow these best practices. Notify ASAP. The moment you know you'll be late, send a brief message. A simple, "I'm running behind due to traffic, my ETA is 9:15, is much better than silence. Be direct and brief. Don't weave a long, complicated story. A short, clear explanation is more believable. Apologize sincerely. A simple, "sorry for the delay," shows you respect your colleague's time and your responsibilities. Don't make it a habit. The best excuses become unbelievable when used too frequently. Save them for when you truly need them. Category 1. Commute and car troubles. These are classic excuses because they happen to everyone. They are generally seen as outside of your control, making them highly believable. 1. I'm stuck in traffic. Traffic is a perfect scapegoat, especially if you live in a bustling urban area. Your boss has likely experienced the frustration of a gridlocked highway. This excuse works because it's a shared, common frustration and completely out of your hands. Make it more believable. Name specific roads or intersections. A quick look at a traffic app can give you real-time details about accidents or construction. Example: "So sorry I'm late. There was an unexpected accident on the I-5 that had traffic at a standstill." 2. The bus train broke down. If you rely on public transportation, you have a built-in excuse machine. Delays, breakdowns, and schedule changes are common occurrences. This shifts the blame from you to a large faceless system, which no one can dispute. Example: "Apologies for my late arrival. The subway was stopped between stations for 20 minutes due to signal problems, and I had no service to call." 3. I had car trouble. A dead battery, a flat tire, or a mysterious check engine light can derail any morning. This excuse is particularly effective if you drive an older car. Most people are sympathetic to the unpredictability of mechanical failures. Example: "I had to get a jump start from my neighbor this morning. I must have left an interior light on overnight." Or, "Got a flat tire on my way in. Thankfully, I was able to change it, but it set me back." 4. The weather was really bad. This excuse is dependent on reality, so only use it when it's true. A sudden downpour, thick fog, or a surprise snowstorm can make roads hazardous and slow everyone down. Safety is a valid reason for driving slower and arriving later. Example: "I had to wait out that crazy thunderstorm this morning. Visibility was almost zero." Or, "Sorry I'm late, I had to dig my car out of the snow and drive very slowly." Tip: provide proof. For excuses like traffic or weather, you can subtly add credibility by mentioning something verifiable. For instance, "That accident on the bridge was even worse than the news said." This shows you're not just making it up. Category 2. Everyday life. Mishaps. These excuses are rooted in the small, frustrating chaos of daily life. They are highly relatable and often garner sympathy. 5. I lost my car keys, wallet, purse. Who hasn't experienced the frantic, heart-pounding search for an essential item right before they need to leave? This is a great excuse because it's a common, time-consuming problem that can happen to even the most organized person. Example: "I am so sorry. I couldn't find my keys anywhere. It turns out my toddler decided they looked better in the toy box. I'm on my way now." 6. I overslept. This is the honest approach, and sometimes honesty is the best policy. It makes you look human, though slightly disorganized. The key is to frame it as a rare occurrence caused by an external factor, rather than plain irresponsibility. Variations that sound better: "My phone died overnight, so my alarm didn't go off." "We had a brief power outage last night, and it reset my alarm clock." Warning: Don't make oversleeping a regular excuse. It can quickly make you appear unreliable and unprofessional. Use it once a year at most. 7. I had a home emergency. Home ownership and renting comes with a host of potential disasters. A burst pipe, a leaking ceiling, or a tripped circuit breaker are urgent problems that can't be ignored. This excuse conveys a sense of responsibility, as you were dealing with a serious issue. Example: my apologies, but my kitchen sink pipe burst this morning, and I had to wait for the emergency plumber to arrive to shut off the water. Category 3. Family, pets, and appointments. Leveraging your responsibilities as a caretaker for family or pets is often a bulletproof strategy, as most bosses understand that these duties can be unpredictable. 8. I had to drop my child off at school. If you're a parent, your child is a top-tier excuse. Mornings can be chaotic. Perhaps your partner was unable to do the school run, or your child missed the bus. Example: my daughter's science project was too big for the bus, so I had to drive her in this morning. 9. My babysitter was late or canceled. This is another fantastic excuse for parents. Your ability to come to work is directly dependent on having childcare. If your sitter is a no-show, you're stuck until you find a backup. Example: our nanny had a family emergency this morning, so I had to wait for my mother-in-law to come over. 10. My child is sick. A sick child is a sympathy generator and a legitimate reason for a delay. You may have been up all night or had to make a last-minute trip to the doctor or pharmacy before you could arrange care and come to work. Example: I had to take my son for a strep test this morning. He's fine now with his grandma, and I'm on my way. 11. My pet ran away or was sick. For those without children, a pet can serve the same purpose. The idea of a beloved dog running out the front door or a cat suddenly falling ill is something any animal lover can sympathize with. It's a compelling reason to be late. Example: I spent an hour chasing my dog around the neighborhood this morning. Thankfully, a neighbor helped me catch him. Or, I had to make an emergency vet run for my cat. She's okay now, but it was a scary morning. 12. I had a dentist-doctor appointment. Medical appointments are non-negotiable. While it's best to schedule these outside of work hours, you can frame it as an urgent or emergency appointment that you couldn't reschedule. Example: I woke up with a terrible toothache and had to go to an emergency dentist appointment first thing. Category 4. High-stakes excuses. Use with extreme caution. These excuses are powerful and can get you out of significant trouble, but they are also dramatic and can backfire if overused or if you can't sell them convincingly. Reserve these for when you are very, very late. 13. I was in a minor car accident. A fender bender is a surefire way to excuse a significant delay. It involves exchanging insurance information and possibly waiting for the police. It's a serious excuse that no one will question in the moment. Example: hey boss, just letting you know I was in a small fender bender. Everyone is okay, but I need to exchange information. I'll be in as soon as I can. 14. I got pulled over. This one is tricky because it can imply you were doing something wrong, like speeding. The better angle is to frame it as an unfortunate, random event. Example: unbelievably, I got pulled over this morning for an expired registration sticker I didn't know about. The officer was kind enough to let me off with a warning, but the process took a while. 15. I was robbed. My home was burglarized. This is a highly dramatic, one-time-only excuse. A street mugging or a home burglary are traumatic events that require filing a police report and can easily explain a delay of several hours or even a full day's absence. Be prepared for sympathetic questions. Example: I'm so sorry. My phone was stolen on the train this morning, and I had to go to the police station to file a report, which is why I couldn't call. 16. I had a family emergency. This is the classic vague but serious excuse. It works because it's broad and signals that the issue is private and serious, discouraging your boss from probing for details. However, its vagueness can also arouse suspicion if used too often. Example: I had to deal with an unexpected family emergency this morning. Everything is under control now, and I'm on my way. 17. I had a death in the family. This is the nuclear option of excuses. It will garner immediate sympathy and stop all questions. You should only use this in the most dire of circumstances, as lying about it is ethically questionable and can cause major problems if you're caught. It's best used for a more distant relative to avoid complications with bereavement leave policies. Example: I'm afraid I'll be late today. I just received news that my great-uncle passed away, and I've been on the phone with family. Conclusion: choose wisely. The best excuse is one that fits your lifestyle, is plausible, and is used sparingly. Running late happens. but being a chronic latecomer can damage your professional reputation. Use these excuses to navigate those occasional morning mishaps, but always strive for punctuality. Your career and your stress levels will thank you for it. Please subscribe for the best on how to do anything.